What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts and I watch Tremors 4. The legend begins. Sorry. With the tagline, a revolution has begun. Ooh. Okay, we had the actor that plays Bert was back in this movie. He played another gunner. Well, it was Bert Gummer. Bert Gummer, the gunner. And he played, his descendant because it's in. Well, I will say that in a bit. But Michael Gross, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I recognized him when I looked him up because I thought, wait, is that, is that the actor that plays Bert? Yes, it is. He plays the descendant. But apparently I know the actor. I've seen him before the whole Tremors movie, because I recognized him from How I Met Your Mother. He plays Ted Mosby's father in that show, so that's where I recognize him from. But when I looked him up, the only spoiler from the other movies now is that I know that he also has a role in those movies, which I don't mind, because I like the character Bert, and I hope that he's back as Bert in those movies. If not, and he's probably somebody else that's related to Bert. Yeah, that's it. Let's just start with this movie, shall we? We're in Nevada, 1889. Yes, we're back in time, and we see some clouds. Some pretty clouds. And the camera goes to the right, not that fast, but slowly to the right. And then going somewhere down, not directly, but different shots. We're going somewhere down, something, some rocks or some cliff, I don't know. And then we're looking kind of down on the beginning or the end of a mine. We see there, so the opening. We see some horses, 2 horses there, uh, 3 horses. Wait, 4 horses. We see 4 horses. We see 8 people in total. Now we see one coming out of the mine shaft, with a cart, and here's 2 coming, pushing the cart. And we have a close up of them pushing the cart. And then they walk up to the other cart, and they get handed some rocks maybe, or some, wait, it's a silver mine, so probably then some silver ore, and then put it in their cart. Then we're somewhere inside, and we see a man walk by with a candle. He goes somewhere inside, and comes around the corner. There we see 2 people talking, and he goes closer, and then he walks up to the wall and starts to hold the candle to the wall to maybe look for something. I don't know, but we're gonna leave it at that, because if you want to know what's up next, watch the movie yourself. Yeah, I enjoyed this movie too. The first movie, I probably had to get into it, a bit into, okay, what are we dealing with, sometimes it's a good movie, sometimes it's more, and this time, it was still alright, then it became good, we had 2 good movies. This movie, Yes, they didn't have phones, so they used a wire, and it started to make me think from, Morse code isn't that common knowledge anymore, and it really should come back, because, if shit goes down, it's better to know it than to not know it. I think 90% of people, even me, don't know Morse code, even if it's a simple SOS. You know, I've learned it, the SOS, but I forgot. So it maybe it should come back as common knowledge, Morse code, just just for knowledge to have. You don't maybe have, you don't have to do anything with it, but it's just smart to have it, because if shit goes down, you know that you can sign your way maybe out, or sign for help or whatever. Or maybe you find somebody that, you hear some ticking and say, hey, I recognize that sound as Morse code. Who knows? But yeah, then what you can do? Call the police. Yeah. Um, but yeah, it should probably come back as common knowledge, in my opinion. Yeah. Um, yes, the graboids looked different. You know, the first graboids that we saw in this movie, well, they called them sand or dirt dragons. So the first dirt dragons, they didn't look wormy, because apparently these just came out of the egg. So we saw another part of the cycle, because we know the worms from the first movie, we know the shriekers from the second one, we know the ass blasters from the third one, and now we go back, and we knew that the ass blasters laid the eggs that made the graboids. Um, so it's nice to see the creatures that come out of those eggs, which, in my opinion, maybe looked a bit like a roly-poly, or now that I think about it, it kind of reminds me of a Pokemon too. Yeah, but I don't know the name of it. What? Yes, maybe a bit like this, but then without those clawy things, and those eyes, you know, bit like this. It kind of remind, now that I've thought about it, it kind of reminded me of this. Um, I don't know what it's called, but I definitely recognized it. Overall, it was a decent movie. So I give this movie a 3.75. Go watch the movie yourself. Leave likes, recommend a good creature under the ground movie down below in the comment section, or just a good monster movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my second channel Underdog Eats, where I do food streams every week. Also from time to time hot sauce and alcohol. On my third channel Underdog Reacts, where I do primarily music. Link down below in the description, and see you guys next time. Bye.